I really thought the firebird was going up in flames when it happened. It was so scary. It was so scary.
Before we get into that, let's do a quick little recap. For those that just joined in on this journey, in 2021, I decided to resurrect and restore my grandfather's 1989 Pontiac Firebird, which I've had in my possession since I was 19 when he passed away. My grandfather bought this brand new in 1989. I am the second owner, or I guess you could say it's a one family owned car. And after about 6 months, I finally got the thing on the road after lots of arguments and fights with mechanics. After my failed attempts of trying to get the engine started, my mission was a success. It is on the road driving, and that's what I'm calling season 1 of Project Blackbird. Yeah, because that brings us to today, which has been a year-plus process of getting the car back on the road. The car, no go. Car, smoke. Car, near explode. Yeah, so let's enter in season 2 of Project Blackbird. And this is episode 1, where we start off in 2024, February. And I've been in the process of trying to get it back on the road, diagnosing it, figuring out what's wrong with it. But to start, I had to replace the radiator. So that leads us into episode 1 of season 2 of Project Blackbird.
Hey, long time no talk. I haven't recorded a lot of the lead up to this, but Firebird is out of commission right now because the radiator exploded.
Well, there's the problem. Oh my god, freaking exploded. How the hell could that have happened? That's nuts.
Here's part of it. And it's taken me months to track down a radiator for this particular Firebird. They don't make V6 radiators anymore, at least easily obtainable ones.
So the radiator, yeah, I had a heck of a time trying to find one, and that's because my Firebird is a V6 2.8 blazing speed. Not really. Well, manufacturers have stopped making radiators for V6s. If this was a V8, I would have had no problem getting a radiator. They are dime a dozen, and they're not even expensive. I can get one for like under $100. But it took me nearly 4 months to actually find a freaking radiator that would fit this car. And boy, did I have to pay for it. I think it was like $300 to $400, somewhere in there. It's a high performance racing radiator, all aluminum. And yeah, I get it. Who wants a V6? If you're gonna have an old car like this, you're gonna wanna have V8, have some power, right? Well, that's not why I'm restoring this car. It's for a different reason. And yeah, so V6, I'm learning it's hard to get certain parts. And I have a feeling it's only gonna get harder as the years go on.
Now I'm gonna try and install it and get this thing back on the road, because it's been a few months when this happened. It is June 1st today, and this blew up, I think, in February. I want to get this thing back on the road. And I just felt rain. Gosh dang it. It took me an hour to find my stupid socket set, and now it's starting to rain. Oh, maybe I should take this off first. I think I gotta take this off first, get this out of the way, take this top plate off, and then I think there's 2 bolts for the fans. One right there, and I think there's one in there somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Now we're off to the races. Hopefully. Not really, this isn't a race car. Woo, got it. Now I should be able to get to the bolt there, and the bolt there. And then that's mostly the hard part from what I can tell. Oh, apparently be careful of that thing. What the heck? Some sensor unit for the air? Let's be careful about that.
Yeah, more on that later. That is the MAF sensor.
The reason I'm like annoyed having to go under the car is because of these Firebirds, the clearance, there's not much. Let's see if I can even get under there without jacking it up. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. Check it out. I gotta get to that bolt on that hose right there. Should be fine. Should be able to get it. Getting it back on, however, might be the more tricky part. But we'll cross that bridge later.
20 minutes later.
Wasn't recording it, but I've been at this for 20 minutes trying to get the damn hose off. I think I've moved it half an inch. I can do this. Come on. There's just no room down here to pull. Yes, I got it. Yes! I got it. All right. I think that was the hardest part. Yep, I think that's it. This hose, 2 bolts, and I think the radiator's out. I think we're off to the races after this. Again, this is not a race car. There we go. Shoot, I dropped a bolt. Yeah, something fell. I don't know what it was. Frick. Well, I'll figure that out in a second. Well, there's your problem. New radiator time. Well, I might have a problem. All right, there's the old one. Here's the new one. What are those? Everything's in the right place, but what are those? This might not be the right radiator after all. It's the right size. The orientation's right, but I have those 2 extra like threaded mounting points that I have no idea what they're for. So it came with these, which do fit. Yeah, fit in there, but you can see through them. Do I have to get a plug? Because I don't have these hoses in my car. I gotta figure out what these are for and maybe find a bypass for it. All right, so I'm on the website. According to this, it says vehicle fitment, Chevy Camaro, 2.8, 85-389, Firebird 2.8, which is what I have, V6, 85 to 89. However, it also says custom item may require adjustments to fit, may come with sensor port that some users may need to plug. So I guess those are sensor ports that I need to plug. What do I use? Just bolts with no ring? I gotta do some research. Whew. All right, let's head over to the parts store and see what we can find. Okay, possibly found a solution, but however, there's only one. I need 2. But I need to get some antifreeze anyway, so I've kind of worked out that I had to come here.
As I'm contemplating my decision to restore this damn car, I get an epiphany.
I might not need, now think about it, maybe those 2 ports are for automatic transmission. I think that's different. Shoot. So I might actually have to plug the ports. I got some antifreeze. Heading back. I can do some research. I might not need to plug those. I forgot, I have a manual transmission. I think it's for the automatic transmission, so let's go home and do some research. So I saw a video of the guy describing these 2 extra ports. He said if you blew air through the hole, it should come out the other one, and if that's the case, then it's for the automatic transmission. The other test I was gonna do is just fill it with water and see what happens if it comes out, but we'll see. It only came out this port. It is for the automatic transmission. Yes! That's so awesome. That's good news. Now I can stick it in and reassemble everything. Remember that thing that I said that fell? It was this. I don't know what this is, but I'll try and figure it out. It's a bunch of leaves down there I'm gonna clean out. Oh, here's another one. Oh, they're mounts. Oh, cool. There's a couple of them down there. These go on the bottom of the radiator. Now the real moment of truth is this gonna actually go in. What was that? Ah, dropped a bolt. Dang it. There it goes. Well, so far so good. One step closer. Getting this on is going to be fun. And it went on there at the same time. Fantastic. All right. Did I do it? Except for the hose down there. That's the last step. I'm not looking forward to it. All right. Can I get a camera angle in there so you can watch me struggle? All right. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall. Hello. Oh, dude, it went right on. What? It kind of. Well, that was easy. Well, that was simple. I mean, it's not all the way on. I'm going to try and get it from up here. But yeah, it just slipped right on. Well, hey, that was easy. There it is. I can load it with some coolant, start her up, and see what happens. I'll have a funnel. Let's see how I do. Ooh, I'm doing pretty good. I used to work in a lab. I was a chemist for a while. So my pouring skills used to be the best in the game.
A little rusty. It's been like 12 years. All right, I guess I can start it up. Hopefully it starts. It's been sitting for a couple months, and I forgot to unhook the battery, so I might need to jump start it. Oh, there's one thing I haven't told you guys yet, and that is it was running funny right before the radiator blew up. I think the radiator issue was a separate thing. All right, let's see if this will start. Here we go. Oh, the battery's dead. It's completely dead. Didn't even make anything. Shit. Next thing, here we go. All right. Here we go again. Let's hopefully it'll start. And hopefully the VATS isn't acting up. I'll let it charge for a second. Good. Huh. Nothing. Well, a new issue. No power at all. I'm an idiot. I had the battery hooked up wrong to jump start. I had it set up that in reverse. Oh, whoa, there's still no power. It's always something. All right, I'm gonna check the fuses. Maybe when the radiator exploded, it blew a fuse at the same time. I don't know. But let's look.
8:01 p.m.
All right, here we go. Hoping it's just a dead battery. It's a dead battery. Yes. All right, I'll let that charge. So I'm gonna put it on 12 volt 2 amp for, I don't know, an hour or so. So the issue is, this isn't even the issue. This was a random thing that happened during the main issue. It doesn't run right, or it wasn't running right, and I seriously doubt the radiator had anything to do with it. It was just a coincidence that it exploded. Luckily, it was in my driveway. Didn't have to like tow it anywhere. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I'm gonna let it charge, and tomorrow I'm gonna hit it and see if I can get it on the road and maybe diagnose what's really wrong with it. I hope it's nothing major. All right, it's been charging for a while, just for kicks, because I'm impatient. I'm gonna try and start it. This is what I was doing before. It's not staying running. The idle is what screwed up. It's running. I'm gonna let it run for like a minute or two. I want to check the radiator though. Make sure it's not leaking. So far, nothing. Looking good. But something's wrong with the idle. That's what was wrong before. I don't see anything leaking. I don't see anything leaking. But yeah, I can tell it's not running great. It sounds like it's struggling to idle, but it's running. I guess I'll hit this hard tomorrow. Ooh, it's dying. Nope, it's back. Last time I turned off the ignition, the radiator exploded. Hopefully it doesn't do that this time.
The next day.
All right, glorious day. Let's get this baby started up and let it run for a few minutes and see what happens. Well, it was running. It died. Something wrong with maybe the injector. Might not have enough juice. Needs more power. A little kick. And now the VATS locked me out for 10 minutes. Ugh, that's the next thing I need to fix. I can do a bypass. I just ran out of time last year. It's so frustrating. Stupid VATS. VATS. What is VATS? For those that don't know, it's a vehicle anti-theft system, and mine in the Firebird has failed long ago. I've had to replace the cylinder at one point, and in that process it just made it worse. So what would happen is you put the key in and car no go. It thinks it's being stolen and it locks itself out for 10 minutes. It's a deterrent. It's annoying. I need to bypass it. I keep getting stranded. Here I am again at the grocery store. Locked out. Here we go. So now I have to wait 10 minutes. It's awful. So on this car, it has a key with a little resistor. Some people refer to it as a computer chip, but it's not. It's just a resistor, and it completes a circuit. And each car has a resistance number, let's say, and it needs to match to complete the circuit. Well, it's an easy-ish fix, and I need to do it. There's ways to bypass it, and that's happening this year for sure.
but I'm gonna do that once I get the damn engine running again.
I, in fact, did fix VATS before getting the engine running. I kept getting locked out. So I did a video on it, recording the whole process. Not sure when it will come into play in one of these episodes, but it is coming. And I did fix it. I didn't wait.
Here we go. It's running. Let's see for how long. Oh, it's running really, really smooth right now. Like really smooth. I don't want to speak too soon though. Well, it's been running for a couple of minutes. No issues so far. It's actually running beautifully. Right before the radiator exploded, it was not idling right. I was having to keep on the gas to keep the engine going. Right now it's running all by itself. I don't know what was wrong with it. It's a good sign. I'm gonna let it run for another minute or two and then just take it around the block, or just maybe just up and down my street just to be safe. Oh, but the one thing I do want to keep an eye on is the temperature. I'm wondering if maybe the thermostat could be going bad, and that's why the radiator blew up. I don't know, but that needs to be kept an eye on. Yeah, it's usually around 220, so I need to keep an eye on that. Now, it does seem to be getting warmer quicker, but it is hot outside-ish, but it does seem to be rising really fast. I'm going to just go up and down the street. All right, so far so good. We are just over 220, which is right around the normal range. So I'm just gonna go around the block, pay attention to that, make sure nothing actually happens. But it is rising. Maybe that's the thermostat. I think it's the thermostat. Yeah, it's getting pretty warm. Yep, shut this down. Well, I think it's the thermostat, which is a bummer because that is in such a horrible location to get to in this car. But hey, at least that's maybe what was wrong with it. While it was idling wrong, it overheated. Let's get ourselves a thermostat. This is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
Well, I'm gonna drive it to my parents. So far it hasn't overheated. They only live about 4 miles away. My dad has a lot more tools, so hopefully it makes it. I might pull over just to keep it cool. It might not be the thermostat, it could be something else.
Oh, it was the thermostat.
All right, I parked at a gas station. I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute. It didn't overheat though. I made it about 1.5 miles. It only got up to normal temperature, which is 220.
12 seconds later.
Yeah, so mistakes were had and made. Lesson learned.
Yeah, it overheated and died right in front of this government building, which didn't take long for security to show up and ask what I was doing and told me I needed to leave. But he was pretty cool, let me hang out until the car cooled down a little bit and I had to coast it down the hill. There was no other place for me to pull over. It was literally this spot or die in the street.
All right, let's try and limp this thing home. Mini stop later. Maybe I'll stop at a parts store, get the part, maybe just have this towed from there. I don't know. Let's see how far we get.
I was being very optimistic. The car did not make it very far. In fact, it only made it maybe a quarter mile.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
But at least now I'm in a place where a tow truck should be able to have a much easier time getting me. Getting it here, the RPM was so high for no reason at all. I don't know. So yeah, I need to get a tow truck.
So the car is on a tow truck yet again, on its way to my parents' house so I can work on this and hopefully figure out what is wrong with the car. But you're gonna have to wait to find out in the next episode. So stay tuned for Project Blackbird Season 2, Episode 2.